outside, and I would stare into the glow of the fire, and I could stare into it forever. When I was in classrooms, in school, I could just stare out of the window and just be somewhere, not even daydreaming, just somewhere. I was kind of like spaced out a lot, and I really liked being spaced out. And then, school forces you to perform and do, and then you get brainwashed into, entrepreneurship if you're inclined into that to do that. And then you're brainwashed into high performance and all of that, and you kind of forget beingness. So you're only in performance, never aware of beingness. And the mind and the conditioning gets more and more and more formed, that you then totally believe your thoughts and your performance, and that if you want to be anything, if you want to achieve anything, if you want to have a partner, if you want a family, you must perform, 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 perform. This is basically what somebody like Andrew Tate is telling you: perform, 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 even if you don't want to perform, 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 perform. And even this Goggin, or what's his name, he's also perform, 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 perform. And then many years pass, and with the age of 37, 36, 37, I start watching Mooji. And then I don't know what he's talking about, but I knew there was some authenticity to it. So I would keep watching him over a year, almost every day, like an hour, half an hour, 2 hours, depends on the day. But pretty much every day until like for a whole year. And then suddenly there's the awakening, the realization you're not your thoughts. And this is where everything changes. Because once I realized I'm not my thoughts, I realized not do I not don't have to entertain my thoughts, but I can be completely fine having no thoughts at all. I can be just thoughtless, which is fantastic as well. So absolutely no thinking, empty. And then I received the message from above, the kind of like the download which told me to start massaging women. It wasn't an energy that came from the top, from the bottom. It came from the top, from the crown chakra into my heart chakra. And with that, I realized, okay, this is a heart intuition. This was my first heart intuition. And heart intuition is basically what comes to you when you are sitting in absolute silence without thoughts, and then the thing pops up which tells you exactly what you need to do, but it's kind of like it's like it comes from the emanate from the heart. It's not from the mind. And it has a different feeling to it. It's like a heart intuition, a very subtle, sweet heart intuition. And there's no doubt about it. It's not like, so I don't know if I should do that, or there's I could do it, I couldn't do it. Heart intuition is like, you know you have to do it. It's like it's literally there, as you know you have to do it. So then I started doing tantra massages, and the flow that happened after this was absolutely crazy, because I put in the same day, I put in a blog on the internet about doing the massages. 2 days later, 2 days later, I receive, uh, 2 days later, I receive the first clients. So and three sessions later, I realized that my sensitivity and my ability to feel stuff was not a problem in life. It was actually a talent, because up to that point, I thought psychologically something is wrong with me. I thought there's some karma, something is fucking me up. I really thought something is weird, something is strange. And my parents also thought, maybe I should go see a psychiatrist or something, um because I was having trouble with basic things. Like, I wasn't attracting the woman that I wanted. The job wasn't as well running as I thought it should. I had a lot of impatience in a lot of things, so I would do something, and if it doesn't work immediately, I would switch what I'm doing, and I didn't really feel at home from the soul. Something didn't really click. And then after the awakening, doing the tantra massages, I felt so at home doing the tantra massages for women. It really felt like this is what I'm good at. This is what my talent is. The women were, I mean, they were so happy. They were like, this is exactly what I need. I said this is exactly what I need. I was helping so many people. And you have to understand that before that, I was kind of like a, not in a bad way, but I was kind of like a megalomaniac in a way that I was like, oh, I want to have the largest internet company in the world with thousands of employees. That was my kind of thinking at that time. And then after the awakening, massaging women for 30 euros an hour, it's like, okay. So you have to see the difference. It's a massive, massive, massive difference. So and and that difference has stayed with me because the heart intuition really leads me in life as to what I should be doing and all of this stuff. So I don't need to plan it. I don't need to strategize. And interestingly enough, I was running a parallel project while I was doing the tantra massages, and that project also started becoming successful because I had tremendous patience suddenly. It wasn't like because the awakened being doesn't know time. And if there's no time, there cannot be any impatience. So whether I worked on it or didn't work on it, there were times 3 or 4 weeks where I didn't work on it. And and sometimes there would be like these growth spurts. So sometimes a while nothing would happen and then it would grow really quickly. The same with the massages. I sometimes had like a week of no massages and then I let it go. I come into the flow, and suddenly, out of nowhere, I would have the full week like overbooked. And so by awakening, you give the universe the space and the time to develop everything, and everything is connected. And there's nothing in life which you can control really. And all the atoms and all of the energy is always constant in play, and something is happening. You don't even need to do anything for that to be there. It's always there. So that's the great thing. You just leave it to the universe completely, and it just starts to fall into place. And but it demands a tremendous patience. So anytime you're impatient, it's time to go into abiding in the self as the self, and just let it go. And it starts to adjust itself, and things start to pop up. Sometimes it might be a day, sometimes it might be a week, sometimes it might be 2 weeks. But that's the irony of it, is like exactly that. Basically, it then that it kind of um it kind of are there waves? That would be interesting. Is he gonna surf, or is it like a paddleboard? I'm gonna check it out. It looks like a surfboard. Wow. Okay. I'm not sure if it's a. I think he's starting to surf because the way he took it out looked like. I could ask him. It would be interesting if it's possible to surf here. We'll see what he's preparing. Okay. Interesting. So, what was I gonna say? Um, the Yeah, it looks like he's gonna surf. So, yeah, so from then on, everything changed, and after the tantra massages, I did like 1,000. Then I got rid of my fear of like deeper fear, and as I got rid of my deeper fear, um, I just bought the camper van, and did the van life without. By the way, the getting rid of the fear, I should make a video about this. It was really the best way it worked was through vipassana. Literally, literally just being aware of awareness as much as possible, and then the fear would surface, and I would cry it out, and then it got less and less and less and less. And well, sorry. Yeah, I think it's gonna be something like kite surfing or something. I have to ask the guy. Yeah, super interesting. Because the wind started to pop up, and I think that's it's gonna be interesting for water sports. So yeah, so then life changed a lot. Then life with Mooji, without Mooji, I would have been probably still stuck. And everything good came from awakening. Even healing myself, which came many years later after awakening, like body healing, body work on myself, the tapping, also through awakening, because I was able to let go of the body in the worst time where it was really hurting, 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 and still I received then another download, and that told me about the tapping, and super curious as to what this is about. And uh, and now I'm just again letting it go, letting it to the universe. What will happen? Like the guy 2 days ago that I helped, who got beaten by his dad a lot in childhood. It's just synchronicities pop up, and the more I let go, the more this stuff happens. And but there's no impatience. If there's weeks and weeks of nothing happening, okay, then nothing is happening. But I follow my heart intuition and see where it goes. I would love to do more like water sports. I think that would be really cool. Yeah. And probably gonna watch the guy how he's gonna do it. And he's gonna surf. It's gonna look interesting. So yeah, follow me, subscribe, and I'm gonna talk a lot about Mooji in the future. I mean about awakening and Mooji. And today actually was an interesting day because I was a lot in silence. I was while I was doing yoga, I felt like I don't need thoughts, and then just they like vanished. So when people ask, how does your life change with awakening? Oh my God, it does. Especially if you've been very conditioned and identified before. For example, after awakening, there was a moment where I was losing. Uh, no, when I was young, when I was very young, I was working on the stock market a lot, like swing trading, day trading, and then I stopped doing that, and as I got older, and then I thought, hey, after awakening, let's try it again. And I lost like 2 or 3 thousand euros after awakening in one day, and I was like, and my old conditioning started to pop up, like the anger that I would feel, and then I would observe myself having the anger, and I started to laugh, and I was freed from that anger suddenly, and I realized that, and then I actually had one of the best days of my life because I literally freed myself from all the expectations, anger. There was no desire anymore for material things, and so I never returned to trading, basically. Um, and but it was